Hey everybody, it's Mike Young, lifestyle nutritionist with aPlantBasedDiet.org. I'm also putting this video on my other channel, adigitalnomad.net, so check it out. Check out either one of these channels if you're not familiar. But the title of this one you probably saw is about Tesla and vegan interiors or plant-based interiors or non-leather interiors, non-animal product interiors. That's what I want to talk about. As I know, here in 2022, and I'm recording this July 22nd, 2022. As far as I still know, believe it or not, that's why I want to make this video update. Tesla is the only manufacturer out there that does not use animal skins at all on the interiors of all new automobiles. All right, so we got to be very specific when I say that. Now, let me go into why I'm saying this so specifically. And if you know of another manufacturer that fits that definition, where all interiors of all, meaning every model, trim level, options, vehicles sold as new from the manufacturer are animal product or animal skin, let's say, free, because there's a lot of debate over this. Well, you have rubber tires, you have animal parts in there, or whatever, or the glue, or, I really don't know about that. I'm just discussing the obvious, which is the animal skins. And I'm a vegan. I've been vegan since 2014. I am a member of a lot of different online communities of vegans, and I've seen this asked recently. I've made a video in the past. I remember not only when they made the change, because at one point I think it was about 3 years ago, they made the change to all animal product skins only moving forward. And in the past, they had some non-animal skin options available, but and I'm going to go into that as well, because this is basically a Tesla-centered video, since, as far as I know, they're the only ones doing it. So we got to give them kudos and try to vote where your dollar is. All right, if you're someone that this is important to, vote with your dollar, because if you buy a Tesla and folks realize that you go ahead and report on it and say, I didn't want any animal skins in my car. It's kind of like going to a restaurant that's all vegan or a restaurant that's all plant-based. There's no cross-contamination. Your dollars aren't supporting animal products in any way. If you go to a fully vegan, fully plant-based restaurant, same can be true about a car company or who you're going to buy from. So I highly encourage you to only buy a Tesla, because they are the only ones that support this type of thought and this type of lifestyle. Now, let's say you can't afford a Tesla, because Teslas are not the cheapest cars in the world. Now, they're very, very capable cars, and they're definitely worth the money, and you may not even understand why, just like a lot of folks don't understand what I'm the subject of this whole video. And actually, I've made videos in the past when they changed over. I made videos in the past about how I ordered my car. So I ordered my car in 2017. At the time, they were still making, actually, I ordered mine in 2016, delivered in 2017. They were still making animal skin interiors at the time. All right, but there are some things that I could have done, which I did do, and then some things that you as a consumer can look out for if you're buying a used one. And I recommend buying a used one over a new one, believe it or not. I know that the new ones are faster and they have a few other styling cues and things like that that you're not going to get on the used ones, but they still get you from point A to point B. And if you buy the right one, it's still going to have the same full self-driving level 5 capability once that software is downloaded. And that's why Teslas are kind of expensive. If you think about it, we're exiting the time frame where human drivers are going to be a thing, and we are entering the time frame where AI or robotaxis, robots on 4 wheels, whatever you want to call them, self-driving cars are going to be the new thing. So they'll go from being more of a depreciating asset to an appreciating asset and a service, more of a service. You will only utilize them when you need them, which will do wonders for traffic and parking problems and things like that. And actually provide you with a source of income if you are a robot owner. That's a whole other different thing. But okay, let's go back to the used Teslas. But first of all, let me say that, like I said, there are other EV makers, other car makers that sell EVs that have animal skin free interiors. Actually, go ahead and write those in the comments below if you know of certain models with certain trim levels, because like I'm currently actually driving a Polestar 2 rental car. Had one before a month or so ago, and that was also the same, which is the base interior does not have a leather wrap steering wheel, and it does not have a any kind of animal skins on the seats. but you can get a leather upgrade on the Polestar. I wasn't sure myself because they really market there. Oh, they got a vegan friendly non-leather interior, but you can also still get the animal products, unfortunately, on if you pay extra. And mine's a rental car, didn't have it. So actually, I think it's great for a rental car. You get a really nice car, doesn't have animal products in it. So for me, that's a great thing. And actually, my old Lexus I had before I got the Tesla was similar. Lexus had come out with a new product in 2011, I think it was, which was the first year of my car. I got it in 2012 version though, and the base model, same thing, had this, like, they call it pleather or whatever. It's some kind of new lux, I think is what Lexus calls it. It's a really good product. It still looks like brand new, and it looks kind of like leather, but it's not. And it was on the base model of the car. But even on that car, it still has and had a leather wrap steering wheel, and there was no option for it. So what do you do? Like, if you're looking at a used Tesla, say you want to support Tesla, like I said, which I highly recommend that you do for the reasons stated previously, and you want to get a used one. First of all, this is not specific to the no animal products interior, but find one that was built on or after mid-October 2016. And you can tell because it'll have all the was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cameras. And you'll see the cameras in the fender between the front wheel and the front door on both sides. There'll be a camera there on each side, and there'll be a camera in the B pillar, which is the pillar between the glass of the opening doors on the front door to the back door, because all those are 4-door cars. So you'll see cameras in those 2 places. If you don't see those 4 cameras on your car, it doesn't have what I'm talking about. You can get one. Actually, it'll cost even less if you don't, but I'm just throwing that in there because this is important to me. It's important to like future lifestyles and uses of the vehicle. And so that's why I'm bringing it up now. But okay, when I ordered my car, there was a base seating arrangement. Eventually they took it away. I think they took it away around the same time that they brought on the new like the fake leather or whatever you want to call it, vegan interior. And I will say that from what I've been able to determine, the used ones with the older seats, the first gen seats, those were actually wider seats. Because from what I understand, I believe that they were used, they were only producing S and X models. They weren't producing the smaller 3 and Y. Those are smaller platforms, narrower platforms. So they only needed to produce seats for the wider platforms so they can make wider seats, right? It makes sense. But Tesla has been famous for cutting costs and being very efficient, which is a great thing, very, very noble thing to do, and makes shareholders very happy. So what they did was when they started mass producing the Model 3 and of course Model Y, which will be their biggest seller eventually, and they've known that before they even started selling them, that they wanted to get some seat frames that would be universal, that we can go into both S and X and 3 and Y. I mean, why not? If you think about it, right? So that's what they did when they came out with the leather interiors. I think that was a sign that they had moved over to the smaller frames on S's and X's, which are the larger vehicles. S is a large sedan, X is a large SUV. That's what I have, X. So I've got the wider frame, even though I don't really need the wider frame. It's just more room and everything. It takes up the space better in those cars. And if there's the base seats that weren't leather, you get a non-leather seat. And those seats were not like fully smooth, like totally leather-like, as a lot of the fake leathers are today. And even the fake leather that Tesla offers, the only thing, it just looks like leather. Mine was kind of like a cloth and leather and textured combination. It looked a lot different. It looks, actually, when I have my seat covers on mine and my car's a mess, but when I do clean it up, it looks very futuristic, actually, I think, because the other ones look like the seats in any car now. The only thing that kind of separates Tesla seats from anybody else's, although some car makers are now doing this, is that you can get a white fake leather option, which looks really cool. Although there are some question as to how blue jeans transfer to that and if they come off or not after a while. But I don't have to worry about that. You could never get that white, that solid white, and then because it was leather-like, there's this smooth surfaces and it was pure white. It looks really cool if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But they weren't available on this original stuff in the older Teslas. Now, the biggest thing you have to be concerned about, and this was like the transition period, was Well, actually, it wasn't the transition period. It was like, well, they had a non-animal product seat available, like I just described in the earlier Teslas. The thing was, you always got a leather wrapped steering wheel with that. Same thing with my Lexus in 2012. It just came with a leather wrapped steering wheel. There was no way to do anything different for Lexus. However, there was a way to do it with Tesla, because enough people complained. They said, like, hey, Tesla, come on, you're building environmentally responsible cars. Why are you selling a car that we have to buy a leather wrapped steering wheel on? Now, the new leather wrapped steering wheels look just like the old the new vegan leather wrapped steering wheels look just like the old animal product leather wrapped steering wheels. They don't look any different, but it's obviously, it's a thing, okay? Well, at the time, they didn't have a fake leather, or at least it wasn't ready for market, wrapped steering wheel. So you could get like a urethane wheel. It looked just like the Tesla wheel that's on there, same logo and everything. It's just that it had like the textured urethane, which I don't know about the reliability of that, or in terms of wear on that from your hands, right? And the oils and things. And I definitely sweat in the palms, so I would wear that thing down, wear it smooth, wear all the texture off. But I have a cover on it, so mine actually looks brand new. And I'll show it to you guys sometime. Maybe I'll make a video of that, just of the leather steering wheel, so you can see what it looks like on older Teslas. You'd know right away when you see it that you got the right one. But only a few really concerned buyers were able to order those ahead of time. I guess they could have replaced it always, but that's how you know if you get an animal product free older Tesla. You're going to have that textured urethane steering wheel. It's not going to be smooth at all. And of course, you're going to have the either the Tesla fake leather on the newer type ones, or you're going to have those old textured seats, like I said, that were not animal products. But there's that in between there where they were switching over that you got to be really concerned about. And if you want me to check it out for you, I can, because sometimes what you have on there is a steering wheel that you're not sure. Well, okay, I got the new Tesla non-vegan or vegan leather, no animal product leather type of thing, but I can't tell from the steering wheel. And some of them you can't, because even a lot of people who have ordered cars over the years, I know as a vegan, I see people say, oh yeah, I got the vegan interior. I'm looking right at the steering wheel. I'm like, no, that's leather. That's leather wrapped all around your steering wheel. It's not an animal product free interior. It's not an animal skin free interior. That's animal skin that your hands are touching all the time. And it's not gonna make any difference to you unless you're vegan. But if it does, and you point out to somebody, they're like, oh, okay. So that's it. I think that's basically all the information I have, which, like I said, is very complicated, but I'm willing to help you guys out. Just contact me. If you need help, just look in the description of this video. There should be an email address there where you can contact me, because if it's just in the comments, I may not be able to get back to you. But send me an email, let me know. And as time goes on, like I said, I'm recording this video in July 22nd of 2022. I'm sure that more of the vehicle manufacturers will bring on their animal skin free interiors. Share this video with anybody that wants the lowdown. And like I said, we know it's complicated. So all I can say for sure in a quick and dirty way is that all new Teslas, because there are no options available, have animal skin free interiors. And that, as far as I know, cannot be said about any other vehicle manufacturer. So that's the short takeaway. But the long one is, if you got to buy a used one, go back and watch this video again, and give me a thumbs up if you got some value out of this. And of course, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you later on in the next video. Bye-bye.